I don't know how I'm going to stop napping. That's the scary part. Yeah. He's very, very good at acting like he's fallen asleep. Honestly, I'm going to lose my mind.
Hi Tina, welcome to Catching Up with Mrinil.
Hi.
How are you? How are things?
I'm fabulous. I'm really happy to be here. Thank you so much for having me. I'm doing well. So how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I mean, I think this has been the best time of my career that I'm working from home. I'm enjoying now. So yeah, I'm doing great.
That's amazing.
Okay, so I want to, before we go ahead and we talk a lot about your pregnancy, things that we can learn from you, like I personally can learn from you. I would want to talk about your career, like as a content creator. So I know you've been in the industry when blogging and writing was there, and now you've moved to reels, short video content, long form content. So can you tell me about your evolution as a content creator?
So to be honest, when I started, actually, we were the two of us. So when we started around 5 or 6 years ago, the blog was already sort of dying. Yes, there was this whole WordPress blog to become a blogger first, and social media was not huge. The only thing about social media that was big enough back then was Facebook. But YouTube and Instagram basically had not come in. Just a few months as we started, Instagram started gaining a lot of mileage, and a lot of people wanted to see your face and they wanted to see what you look like. But the best part is that with the space of fashion and beauty, photos or pictures were already the primary aspect of content. So this is something that we always started with. In terms of things that have happened, yes, in terms of evolution of content, a lot constantly keeps changing. From writing a blog article, it's become photos, statics, videos, IGTV, now reels. So much is constantly moving forward always. The only thing I feel like what I really enjoy now is that it's very targeted. It's not very blah. Of course, videos have taken a really front seat with everything that we do, but that makes it more fun. I love creating videos, and frankly, when TikTok, which we don't have now in India, and Reels kind of took over, I really started enjoying it, and it kind of became bigger last year in the lockdown. I love the fact that one can casually use their phone and create content. It becomes so intriguing, so interesting for the end party, for the consumer to watch, which is so much fun. And at the end of the day, they're really giving content creators sort of more freedom now. So this is what I'm really enjoying about it. Of course, there are some brands who come with norms and the way they want things to look like. But I like the fact that they let us do it our way and they let us enjoy creating content. And I feel like people see that through it. So I'm really enjoying the evolution. But to be honest, it's never going to end. It's going to constantly be growing and emerging. Like they say, content constantly emerges. One morning we wake up and there's a whole new notification on Instagram. Reels from 15 seconds became 30, now it's 60. So there's so many things that we're constantly sitting on and working on. So that's the best part about working in social media or technology on the whole.
And what made you pick luxury as a niche, like luxury fashion?
So to be honest, I actually do have a qualification in luxury brand management. I've worked for a lot of luxury brands abroad before I actually moved back home. So after my MBA in France, I've lived in China and Hong Kong and done a lot of research and work in the space of luxury, of course, from the brand side. I always knew that this was kind of taking over. So when I moved here, I did not know about being an influencer or a blogger, but I knew that the internet was kind of taking over and you needed to have, there were very few places or people who were talking about luxury in India, A. Secondly, also worldwide. And I kind of wanted to bring that here, wanted to be that sort of review page, be like a Refinery 29, talk about luxury on the whole, tell people, give people the education. I feel like the audience was ready, but we didn't have enough stores here. We didn't have enough brands here. Slowly and steadily. So I took on what I knew. Also, it was a passion. It was an interest. I was really, really inclined in it. And I then realized that no one's really doing it, because when I started, I used the word luxury and nobody used it back then. A lot of people use it now. And they've also slowly moved on from high street premium to luxury. So yes, this is my journey and my reason.
Do you think it's a pro or a con for you to, when it comes to fashion bloggers? There are a lot of fashion bloggers, and luxury being a niche, do you think it's a pro or it's a con?
It's definitely always been a pro till now. The only con is that now a lot of people use the word, but and somehow some don't even stand for it. So I just feel like you should be very careful when you use it. But it's always been a pro, because I just feel like brands have understood that she belongs to that segment. She has that certain kind of audience. They've always spoken about that. And plus, I'm a real girl. It's not like I don't wear Zara. So Zara is like a brand everyone relates with. So you wear a Zara, but you have your accessories that are luxury. So you want to give your real take on fashion, on beauty, on accessories. And that's what we always wanted it to be like. Not that, I'm only going to be in Dior head to toe, because that's not real. It doesn't happen in India, at least.
And talking about your pregnancy, tell me something when you first found out. What was your reaction?
So honestly, I was very shocked. I found out just before I was headed out for a trip for New Year's, 4 days before, and looking really forward to it because we were all stuck home all last year. So I was a bit, I'm not going to say devastated, but a little sad. And I thought I couldn't go, though the doctor gave me permission. I could be in a mind state that I wasn't ready for it, but soon after, as I understood, as things took over, I'm not going to take the fact away that it's been the most beautiful months of my life. And this whole transition and everything that came along with it was amazing. So I don't want to emphasize on those 2 weeks of what I went through, but like any girl, everyone goes through so many emotions, and frankly, a lot of hormones come to place. So there's a lot of emotions that flow out of you. And I honestly had the best support from family, so from my husband and everyone. So it was easy. It was actually really easy.
So were you worried of that pandemic might make things difficult for you? Like, because in a time when we are skeptical, stepping out, going to a hospital, going to a clinic, or for anything, like just sitting at home, you can't take a walk out.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So last year, when we basically were in a really bad state last year, and everyone was clueless about COVID as a whole. The one thing that I, at a personal level, to share with you is that my whole family went through COVID in October. I found out somewhere in December and Jan that this has happened to me. The first instant, I was really scared that everyone went through COVID around me except me. Do I need to be scared? Of course, I went to a doctor. A lot of doctors told me COVID is over. It's never coming back. So you're fine. You know what I mean? And COVID came back. Who knew what March and April had in store for us? On the whole, being scared of the pandemic generically, yes, because I saw my family go through it and I was very skeptical. I was very careful. Every person after the lockdown happened now is being tested and met me. I had a baby shower where I tested nearly every person. I bring a photographer in the house. I test them 2 days before. You have no idea how many precautions I take. The max that you can do from your end, I've been doing. Of course, I leave it up now to the universe to make the best happen. But yes, you have to take all sorts of precaution. The only thing, I was scared is in the pandemic situation to be pregnant and to be working, because this is the one thing I didn't want to give up. I really enjoyed creating content last year, even through a pandemic, through a lockdown. I wanted to kind of bring my team over. I wanted to meet them, which was maybe twice a week, maybe 3 times a week. But even that risk, was I allowed, was I not? And sort of managed it. It was very hard, but we've managed it.
So this is going to be stories for your kid that will see what all things I did to bring you.
Little pandemic baby. Yeah.
Okay. What was your idea of being a pregnant before everything happened, and when you are so many months down, What do you think? Has it changed for you, or it's like, okay, it was a flowery, beautiful idea, and now it's a pain that everything that is part of it?
I'm not going to take it away. Guys, it is hard, but I'm not going to emphasize on that aspect at all. It is so beautiful. It is so amazing. I tell everyone that if you stay fit and healthy through it, and of course, if everything's going well for you, it's honestly the most beautiful transition of your life. And I would never, never, never give it any negative connotation like I did at the beginning. You know, back then we all think about, oh, I'm going to gain weight. Oh, she's fat. Oh, this, oh, that. And no, it's nothing. You don't even know your body is so beautiful. It's creating another life and it's allowed to go through what it's going through. So you just change your perspective of life changes. And I love that. I love where I am today. Your relationship changes. Your family life changes, everyone's respect for you changes, your respect, the way you look at life changes. So I think it's the most amazing thing for a woman to go through.
Everyone has a perception about these 9 months and life after. And had a similar kind of thing that, okay, were you mentally prepared that, okay, whenever it is going to happen, I know these are the things that you really want to do?
I wasn't at all mentally prepared. It took me 2-3 months to get prepared. Touch wood, I had great support from people around me, like a great doctor, great support from family members. My husband has been holding my hand and he was very keen. So obviously he was more positive about it at the beginning. But like I said, no preparation, but the whole journey prepared me.
Okay. And what is your daily or a weekly routine to manage your work and your personal and professional life?
Obviously health is priority, so I only try and work, maybe I try and do a shoot or something. I work every day. Obviously you have to sit on concepts, you have to sit on closing with brands, you have to post constantly, so you work every day, which is great. But there's a lot of emphasis on health, your nutrition, your calmness, your peace, how you feel through the day. So there's a lot of focus on that. I'm very homebound right now. I don't step out as much. If there's a friend I meet, I make sure that they're clean or they're tested or they've also been around for some time. I just see my family, my first family, also very carefully after they've not met anyone else. So, and in terms of work, yes, 2 or 3 times a week, which has now gone down to once a week. I try and have that one shoot with my or a meeting or something with my team where they come in or I see them somewhere, all tested, all clean, and then we try and create some content for brands that have been writing into me or things I want to talk about, because overall I realized that a lot of people wanted to know a lot more. The minute I announced, I started getting a lot of questions about things I've been doing, my skincare, my body care, my fashion, and I started really feeling like responsible towards this space. I realized that there's so many moms out there who wanted to look at me for information. So I kind of took it on and been creating a lot of content on this subject, basically.
So if you have to make your handy guide for a woman or a pregnant woman, what are 3 things you cannot miss mentioning?
So see, girls, I'm not an expert. I've just gone through something every woman in the world goes through. The 3 things I feel have worked for me is health and nutrition, which is so many women don't give emphasis to this. The only thing people talk about in pregnancy is how much did she gain or how fat she's looking. Well, no pregnant girl is ever fat. Stop focusing upon that. You know, there's a baby, there's a human growing inside you, and yes, your body's going to need space for allowing that human to grow inside you. So that's what happens. But the one thing that really stuck by me is being healthy. So even even someone who's looking to get pregnant, or even a girl through her life, should have a workout regime, eat well, because this is something that helps you when you actually do end up getting pregnant. During it's very important to seek all sorts of help in terms of what you're eating is right or no. Eating out, I tell everybody, please avoid as much as you can, because it's super scary of what can happen if you eat something wrong. So I've given a lot of focus to health and nutrition and working out. I've constantly been on my toes. I've been very active. I've been working out at least 1 hour daily, whether it's a small walk, a swim, a yoga class, something or the other, because this is who I was even before. Luckily, I was allowed, and it was easy for me. By the time I found out, I was already working on that much. So the doctor said it's okay. And then, of course, we had to do it in complete check. So the three handy things is A, first, health and nutrition. B is like being calm and like something that is a little spiritual thing that you can do, because anxiety hits you daily. Constantly something or the other comes in your way. It's also not easy for everyone. There are some good days, there are bad days. So that little bit calmness, spirituality, whether they say meditation, I chant, there's chanting, there's anything that you can do to kind of be sane, that I definitely recommend. And see, honestly, even working or being busy or anything that you can do to kind of get your mind off, because at the end of the day, like, if you're happy, it goes super well. So if you're happy working, you're happy singing, you're happy dancing, please do it with your doctor's permission. But these are the things that have worked for me.
And how was creating content, like content related to this subject?
So honestly, I didn't announce for a really long time. I wanted to leave it. I had shot for my announcement, and of course the lockdown hit us and there was a lot going on. So I didn't feel like it was the right place to talk about this. A, that happened. Secondly, after a little while, I was really showing. So I couldn't put my face out there without announcing. So this is when I got really skeptical that will my followers understand it? Will they react the right way? I wasn't sure. I thought that there would be a lot of people who might not enjoy this or leave the page or feel like this is frustrating. But the day I announced it, I had so many, I can't even tell you the number of people write into me seeking information through this, because I mean, somehow in the lockdown, a lot of people have gotten pregnant. And it's happened by chance. It was accepted so beautifully. Every person, pregnant, not pregnant, mom, came to help me out. My page was a page where like everyone was kind of commenting under things, where looking for baby lists, looking for things to shop for the baby, maternity clothes, skincare, beauty, everything in terms of even stretch marks. People were constantly giving me information. I was compiling it together and putting it out there for the other followers. And the mothers were also commenting under that, which was so interesting. I just feel like it was very beautifully accepted. And I'm really happy that I took it on. And even now, I constantly keep getting messages from people saying, we're waiting for your baby list, we're waiting for your hospital list, because this is how we'll make our baby bag. And I'm very excited to help people out. So with all the knowledge that I'm getting through others.
And how was for you as a person to create, as a content creator, to plan or create content around this topic? Like personally, did you enjoy it?
I loved it, but I did not know. I didn't have a game plan. I just thought it was important for me to announce it after a while to my followers, and I left it to that. I didn't have a game plan. The requests started coming in. I started responding to the requests in the same way, but it wasn't something that I had a game plan on. I might have had a little, where when I knew I was trying to I was making it very fashion based, that how should a girl dress up, what is the change that she makes in her wardrobe once she finds out, because you can't just wear ordinary pants. You kind of have to shop a few sizes bigger, or you have to get maternity clothes. So my focus was very fashion, because I always just spoke about fashion. I thought fashion would be accepted. Maybe a little bit of beauty. I was trying to research on skincare, hair care that works for mums. But I didn't know the other things would also be so interesting for people, and they've been. It just came around with the requests that came in.
I'm going to give you some situations. So you give me responses in one word or two word max. Like just quickly. It's a coffee with current versions.
Fire. Come on, let's go for it.
Okay. Baby duties you want to divide with your husband.
Feeding.
A brand that you want your baby to love.
I already shop for a lot of skincare. I'm not throwing any brand names here. For a particular brand that I've loved, it's a French brand. I've loved for babies. I really hope it works for my baby. I've actually shopped a lot of that already.
So baby's crying in the middle of the night, and you know your husband is awake. While you get up and you quietly see that, okay, your husband can go and attend to it, you act like you're asleep. So will you do that?
For sure, all the time. That's the plan.
Okay.
I'm not showing him this interview.
Otherwise, the plan will be leaked.
Yeah, for sure. He'll then know that he can wake me up. But he's very good at acting sleepy. So this is scary for me.
Oh, so it's going to be a reverse situation.
Around, yeah. He's very, very good at acting like he's fallen asleep.
Okay. Habit of yours that you don't want your kid to know until he's a teen.
You know, honestly, I could be quite a shopaholic, so I really don't hope my kid picks up this one from me. So this is what I'm scared of.
Okay. If you and your kid are having a day out, what you two will be doing?
So honestly, the one thing that I'm loving nowadays is swimming, and I've been a swimmer all my life. So I really, really hope to kind of have my kid love swimming as much as I do. So definitely it's a one hobby or something that I'd want my baby to pick up.
Okay. Baby pees on your expensive outfit. What will be your first reaction?
Honestly, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm going to lose my mind, but you can't lose your temper on kids. So I really don't know. We'll take it as it comes.
Okay, the first thing you will do when the baby falls asleep, and I have options here.
Okay.
You'll sleep, eat junk, watch Netflix, or call your friends to gossip.
So honestly, I would like to have a glass of wine and chill. But I've heard from other moms that you're going to need to sleep. You're not going to even call the friend. So it's going to be sleep. I've heard it's going to be sleep, though I think I'll have a glass of wine and I'll chill and I'll gossip. But they say that you're not going to have the energy for any of that.
Okay. It was fun. I mean, if I'm Karan, I'll give you like 8 out of 10. So, because I don't have a brand answer and I don't have an answer to when your baby pees on an expensive outfit. Because I know what I will do.
Wax the baby, little maybe. Don't put this out, guys.
It's like I'm not going to see that kid for some time. So the next segment is what are yours?
Okay.
So you need to give me quick answers from your experience or from what you have heard.
Mm-hmm.
So what are your pregnancy reads?
I read a lot of books, but one I really love and I'm really, really recommending everyone is Talking to Your Baby in the Womb. I love this book. It's so nice. So it's amazing.
What is your fitness routine?
So I'm not gonna lie, 5 to 6 times a week, any movement activity, which could be a class like a physique or a SoFit class, a workout. So basically a workout, or a walk or a swim. So I've done all three, even yoga.
Okay. A habit that you have developed?
A habit of sleeping in the afternoons. In the second month, my doctor, I complained about something to her and she said, start napping. I don't know how I'm going to stop napping. That's the scary part.
Okay, then it's the answer to that. If baby falls asleep, what you're going to do is going to sleep.
Napping, for sure. But the afternoon nap, that 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock. Oh my God, it is so good.
Okay, your guilty pleasure right now.
Right now. Something I can do, I cannot.
Can do.
So desserts, yeah. Been having a few desserts now.
How many?
No, not a lot, but yeah, at least one a day.
Go-to outfit.
Shirt, dresses. Seriously, shirt, dresses. That's it.
Okay. Non-being mommy thing you do.
Occasionally have a glass of red wine. I mean, it's something you're allowed also, but it's my little guilty pleasure also in a way.
Okay. Emergency call your mom situation.
She calls me 3 times a day, more than me calling her. So that's the funny part. You know how I am, but in different ways where always with something to do with work related, that I sent you this did you get it? But just to find out if I'm fine. So basically I've started living alone. And I know she's constantly worrying, but she'll always find some sort of excuse to find out how I'm doing. So she'll have like something, or the driver's coming with food, so there's always an excuse. So I'm not calling her, she's calling me, the other way around.
Okay. It was fun talking to you, Tina. The games were fun. This round I actually had really fun, and I hoping that others who will watch this interview will learn a lot, at least to calm themselves.
Yeah, for sure. Have a great day. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Hey guys, so like, subscribe, and follow Social Catch Up on YouTube.